DIY kits have been a mode of attraction to many out there who want to own an aircraft, trying to get an affordable solution to owning one. If you're lucky, you can own one for as low as $50,000 with around 500 hours of labor. It sounds tempting. Now, home kit building have been there since years. The Mini-500 today comes on the same lines of not just helicopters, affordable ones at the sim. Produced by our good old pals, GotFriends, they've been there in the middle of action, offering us a variety of bareware and freeware, helping us get close to immersive flying. The Revolution Mini-500 it is. An American single-seater light helicopter that was designed by Revolution Helicopter Corporation. Now in the virtual skies, GotFriends have been trying out some challenging projects, and helicopters have been a new venture for this team, and certainly an interesting model today. Quite often we bring you the best on the content out there on flight simulation. Do consider subscribing for more content. With the Sim's helicopter support, this has enabled us to fly freely instead of depending on third-party software to connect and fly. Our playground to test this chopper would be ENGM in short, the Oslo Gardermoen Airport, the first look from Orbx. Our focus would be at the heli today. Although the airport looks enticing, we can fly around the location and get a good feel of how the Mini-500 can handle. Let me get this straight with you. DIY kits are common these days. We aren't talking simple things here. There are many who have this hobby, including the old Pontiac Fieros. If this is something you like doing, the Mini-500 can be even more interesting for you. Now as a heli, this sure is a peculiar aircraft in its own way the manner it's sized here. By all means, the plan was to scale down the huge 500 to something more based on home-built helis. That was a source of inspiration for this model. 22.5 feet long, 5 foot 3 inches wide, a single-seater with a gross weight of 372 kilos with a fuel capacity of 25 gallons or 95 liters. At the first look, the virtual cockpit here appears to be well done, all instruments naturally taking its place. From the annunciator light bar, airspeed indicator, altimeter, and all the other instruments, and it feels good to see the vibration effects here. It adds an element to the immersion. A compass that's magnetic here as we see it, and if need be, you can take that off to get a clear view. Likewise with the doors that have been installed or removed. It's a single-seat aircraft. Now the Mini-500 was designed to take advantage of a range of features. It's a given fact that the original engine wasn't enough to support the model. It was considered a failure, and later on, a newer, more powerful engine was planned to be fitted. The Solar T62, which was quite good enough to handle this model and support it. Now GotFriends have worked on implementing flight dynamics based on Solar T62 in this case. We can't really have flights that can be a gamble here. With the native helicopter support provided by the sim, this has helped the team to fly the model straight out and not have a dependency of any third-party software. Some helis practice this actually using MSFS. Now computational fluid dynamics is another feature they've closely taken advantage of. This helps with air simulation flowing over helicopter surfaces, the direction of the wind and strength that would be impacted by the model's surfaces. Air will be deflected and redirected by the heli surface. Liveries are plenty that come with the default aircraft, around 20 of them, and some of them are unique. For example, the Stealth livery here sports a machine gun. The Hunter livery comes with bows and arrows, and they don't really function, rather it adds some character to it. All well-made liveries that comes with 4K high-quality textures. On the sounds aspect, I'm quite surprised at the level of sounds here. That's going to be another separate portion of this video because it's worth it. One of the similar features are the headphones mode, reminds me of the Vulgar PZL. As I mentioned before, GotFriends' approach to development is quite unique and interesting. Smoke effects. This is another item that was similar to Vulgar, and I love the fact they can leverage their strengths to give us something realistic. It adds to it, plus heat blur. For a moment if you look at the lights here, it's quite brightly lit, and it's easy to distinguish which lights are these. Navigation lights, strobe lights, landing. Now as little as it sounds, these things can slowly add up to your experience. Flight dynamics. This is a lightweight heli and basically a kit where it was sold unassembled and all you have to do is build it yourself. This is my first flight, by the way, and it does feel comfortable, especially on a heli. Quite honestly, I'm not that comfortable on helis. Some helis did take a bit of practice to handle it. Now the flight handling seems to work the way I'd like it to be, and at times it does get unpredictable. Quite a lot many features on this small heli though. She's not hard to fly to be honest, but you need to keep an eye. Remember, this is a lightweight heli and small mistakes won't be forgiving. Let's say if you're too slow, you'd be falling off the sky sooner than other helis. There's a small window as she's lightweight and fragile. Now flight modeling is interesting. You'll need some left pedal as you hover or take off, and you'll also need some left cycle to keep her in place, and this is due to translating tendency. The handling seems to be good and I tend to like it. Now 3D modeling. Now in no way, shape or form, this heli is similar to the MD-500. It has nothing to do with the model. It does resemble the shape though. GotFriends have made it an effort to research and come up with a model that can reintroduce the same experience at the virtual level. A small model, but it does sport a beautiful look, and we can easily see the amount of work gone into this. Sounds. One thing I love the most on this apart from other great features. Now usually, most devs come with their own packs on a custom sound WI's pack. Actually so did GotFriends. They do have it rather than partner with someone on this. I have one word for sounds. Overall, it's phenomenal. Sounds do make a difference. I mean, I use a PC speaker and I was thrilled to listen to every blade, the engine roar or turn off to the last rotation of the rotor. I'm very keen on trying this with my headphones. I usually prefer to have a comfortable flight, but this makes me try to wear headphones to listen to those sounds. Virtual reality. This is one thing I haven't tried yet. I'm gonna make another video to cover this, and I'm certain that the performance should be good. It was perfect on the Wilga. Now right now as we see it, I'm using a Tobii tracker. And it's great to have this on board, and with FS traffic functioning below, this makes it such a joy to fly. Now the product was out a few days ago, and we have a big update already that shows the interest coming from the team. Many things have been improved, right away from the manifest, turnball coordinator fixes, battery and alternator functionalities, multiplayer traffic status, cyclic roll control, trim steps, tablet, all the way to the flight manual that have been updated. Now there are a few suggestions I'd like to mention. This is me thinking out loud. I mean, why can't devs or MSFS allow us to try out some aircraft before we buy it, experience it and decide on buying it or not? Now I did have a few suggestions, nothing negative of course. I wish the strobe lights were illuminated right from the bulbs. It's great work on the lights, there's no doubt about it. But having something like this can add a little more. Another suggestion would be the state-saving feature. Now this is a maybe, and it can get a bit more real, like owning a helicopter. We do see the tablet here, but a few more features can be even more better. I'm pretty certain the team would have thought of all kinds of things and come to a right decision. Now in terms of conclusion, we went over the features of the heli, the flight behaviors, sounds, liveries, pretty much all of it, and the price is one thing that comes to most of our minds. How much would this beauty cost? It's not $35 or $25, rather $15. That's right, I mean, this is a no-brainer, and with that amount of work, research, features, plus constant updates to further improve the model, really shows us where GotFriends can take us. Who would want to spend hours trying to update an aircraft for this price? It seems to be that only GotFriends can do it. Truly, I found this heli such a joy to fly. I have one thing to say to GotFriends though. Guys, I'm not sure to like you guys or hate you, cause the Wilga was my favorite. Now you guys have changed my mind and the Mini-500 is on my mind. I mean, it's a great heli in its class of aircraft category. A simple model here, rather sports something more with bigger adventures. As I say it, big things come in small packages. What are we hoping for next? I hope a military jet, but this is just me thinking, Take care gang, and it's been a true pleasure being with you today. Subscribe for more as we cover the latest. Until next time, do take care.